So welcome to our video in which we would like to present the non-profit organization of World Bicycle Relief. We have invited their CEO Dave Neiswander and DTSWISS Commercial Director Frank Böckmann to talk about the World Bicycle Relief's vision and also DTSWISS commitment. I'm Ralph, representing the Road Marketing Department of DTSWISS, and I have the pleasure to guide you through this show. Well, World Bicycle Relief wants to change lives with a bicycle. We all know in our modern world that riding a bicycle means for us enjoying the nature, having fun, getting fit. But I guess and I think that World Bicycle Relief has a different approach, and I'm curious to learn more about this. So welcome Dave here to the show.
Thanks so much, Ralph. It's great to be here. We really appreciate the ongoing partnership with DTSWISS.
So Dave, tell us more about the World Bicycle Relief. How can and where can a bicycle change the life according to your vision?
Yeah, it's interesting. As you mentioned, I mean, we think about bicycles and cycling as something we do either to commute to work or on the weekend, we'll go ride our bicycles and get some sport out of it. But in the developing regions around the world, there's more than 1 billion people that are living with a challenge of distance, where distance is a barrier to them. They don't have access to transportation and to mobility. And so with a bicycle, everything can change. You know, when you have to think about the nearest clinic is 10 kilometers away and I have to walk to take my sick child there, having a bicycle changes all of those things. A girl's education. She has to be at home, taking care of younger siblings, doing the firewood, collecting water, and then walk those 10, 15 kilometers to get to school. With a bicycle, things change. An entrepreneur, when you think about a farmer that has to take their produce to the marketplace, having reliable transportation that a bicycle can bring really does change everything.
Okay, cool. Assuming what you said, you were probably not talking about a super light carbon bike with super light components. What kind of bike is used and how is the distribution network is organized there?
Yeah, no, yes, a very fast carbon fiber bike and DTSWISS wheels would not last too long in the areas that we're working. We work mainly in sub-Saharan Africa and rural regions, and so we have to build and really think about the same product development and same understanding the end user that you do at the high end of the market, like DTSWISS does. And so thinking through, okay, what are the needs? And really, as we often say, Africa probes for weakness. And so understanding that you have to build a purpose-designed bicycle that is sturdy enough, heavy enough, repairable, durable, that can withstand some of the challenges that we face in the areas that we operate. So our Buffalo bicycle weighs about 23 kg and can hold over 100 kg on its rear carrier.
Wow, that's really cool. So I can imagine that the roads you're riding on are not the best in these countries. How long are they actually used? What's the lifespan, and what happens if something happens to the bike? Well, how is it serviced?
Yeah, great questions. It never was about sort of just the distribution of bicycles. It was really thinking through the ecosystem and how to really support the sustainability of the bicycles going forward. So with the over 600,000 bicycles that we've distributed in about 20 countries, we've trained over 2,500 bicycle field mechanics in the local communities in the proper repair and maintenance. We also have a distribution channel of spare parts that are going through Buffalo bicycle shops as well as through retail distribution.
That's cool. So it's not just here's a bike and now help yourself. So you're doing something for the bike. But also about how can you ensure that the bike is then used in the designated way you want to have it used and not misused?
Really, it's about partnership. It's a great question. It's really about partnership with the community. So engaging with the community, understanding what their mobility needs are and how bicycles can help support efforts in healthcare, education, economic opportunity, in working with the community to determine what their needs are, how many bicycles, and who receives the bicycles. So we set up bicycle supervisory committees based upon the mobility needs assessment, and then train field mechanics and do the distribution of bicycles, because we're interested in what happens to that bicycles 2, 3, 4 years down the road. A bicycle, I've seen bicycles in the field that have been there since 15 years ago. So we're really excited to see the durability and the sustainability of the bicycles and our programs.
So this is right. The first bikes that are used. This is really great, and it's sustainable in a very long-term view. But taking care of the charity, you as a CEO, is probably not always easy. I know you told us that you sold or you distributed about 600,000 bikes within the last 15 years, and I guess the next bigger number will be number 1 million bikes. How do you achieve this? How do you want to achieve to get there?
Yeah, we're really excited. I think we've really gone sort of from our youth into our adolescence, and with the first 500,000 bicycles or so, it took us about 14 years, and now over the next 4 years, we're looking to get 1 million bicycles. And it's not just about the bicycles, but it's also about the community's engagement and the change that's taking place. So really partnerships like with DTSWISS, individuals, foundations, really understanding that mobility and transportation is so often overlooked into the development strategies in these rural areas. And bicycles can be a very cost-efficient and effective tool to overcome some of those barriers.
So when you talked about the DTSWISS partnership as well, and we have just launched also a partnership with Open and with SRAM. What do you think of the new beauty, and how can you how can you increase the awareness for World Bicycle Relief with these kind of projects?
Yeah, thanks. That is a beautiful bicycle. So again, we really appreciate the long-term support with DTSWISS, working with Open Cycles, working with SRAM to really create a unique bicycle. I think that's going to be raffled off here shortly, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's an open cycle frame, but it has the componentry and the style on the rims and on the bikes have sort of an Africa theme. It's the colors of Chitenge, Kikoi. It's just really a beautiful bike. And you know, what you said about raising awareness is really the most important thing that we can do. So looking at, you know, understanding where those challenges of distance and mobility are in the rural parts of the area and the difference that a bicycle can make. So we really appreciate the partnership, ongoing partnership with DTSWISS.
Great. Thanks for your insight. Thanks for joining today.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
So moving people around is a great idea, and this is something DTSWISS is driven by every day. We produce components, we do products to help fulfill our ambitious goals. And Frank Böckmann is a co-founder of DTSWISS, is joining us too. So Frank, thanks for your time coming here.
Thanks for having me.
Talking about World Bicycle Relief, we just heard about from Dave what it's about. How did you get aware about this charity, and how long has DTSWISS been involved in the World Bicycle Relief so far?
Yeah, the World Bicycle Relief goes back to the year, if I'm not mistaken, 2005. We had, due to the work we are involved in, we have had a lot of contacts with the founder, FK Day. I personally have met FK during numerous bike shows around the world, and in an evening, having a beer, he explained his idea. He has had this charity project idea with his wife, and yeah, we met and we saw each other ongoing, and so we got involved a couple of years back, and we are ever since supporting the World Bicycle Relief.
So you know about how many bikes we supported, how many Buffalo bikes we supported?
I would say, I cannot tell out of my head, but I would guess a couple of 10,000 over the last couple of years.
That's very impressive. Thanks so far. And about the future, talking about the future, is there any plans? Are we sticking to World Bicycle Relief?
Ralph, no, absolutely. Being partner in the industry with this tremendous commitment from the Day family and SRAM and other industry partners like Trek, we are absolutely committed in the years to come to support the World Bicycle Relief. We are 100% committed and under the impression that it is a beautiful idea. It is a charity which really touches lives and touches people. It has a very practical approach, so it's an outstanding project.
I think these are really good news for World Bicycle Relief, I would say. Thanks for staying committed with DTSWISS. Thanks for being here in the video.
No, thank you for having me.
So if you have also been touched by the idea of World Bicycle Relief, we would like to encourage you to donate a bike or more bikes. And if you want to learn more, visit worldbicyclerelief.org. Thanks for looking into this video and enjoy your ride.